One Indian Girl, novel written by Chetanbhagat. Part 6, Chapter 26. I reached the restaurant before Neil. I sipped a glass of champagne as I watched the sunset. He arrived 20 minutes later. Sorry, I am late. I ran extra rounds, Neil said. He wore a white t-shirt and baggy shorts. It is okay, I said. He pulled out a chair and sat in front of me. Whoa, he said, his gaze on me. What? I said. You look, well, different, he said. Good different or bad different? I said. You look stunning actually. This dress really suits you. He had given me his first direct compliment about my looks. While working in El Casa, we had become freer in terms of talking to each other. However, we still maintained property. We didn't discuss feeling, for instance. We didn't make personal comments. In fact, we never even called each other a friend. And yet, today his compliment didn't feel out of place. Thank you, Neil. That is sweet of you, I said. There, I had become so much better at taking a compliment. He removed his Birkenstock sandal so his feet could touch the sand. I kicked off my heels too. Where is my drink? Neil said and signaled the waiter. The waiter poured champagne for him. So, how do you feel after the run? Neil said. Good, I said. But I need to build my stamina. People older than me are whipping me and doing extra rounds. Neil grinned. The waiter brought us the set menu choices. I chose vegetarian option. I considered of an avocado and rocket leaf salad, followed by mushroom truffle pasta. Neil chose a seafood chowder soup and pan-seared salmon cooked in a mango salsa. To El Casa, your first big deal in Asia, Neil said and raised his glass. To Greenwood, their new buyer. I touched his glass with mine. What a resort, isn't it? Neil said. He pointed to the scenery ahead of us. Only half of the sun remained in the horizon. The deep orange-colored sky had turned a silky texture. The most beautiful place I have ever been to, I said. Same for me. With one of the most beautiful minds I know, Neil said. Yeah, sure, it is only my mind that is beautiful, I said. I am a fisherwoman. I fish. Of course not. But isn't appropriate for me to comment on the rest of you. Protocol, he said. He needed to get something straight. I said and sat upright. What? Neil said. Are we friends or are we colleagues or are you my super senior boss? I said. That is a tough one, Neil said. Is it? Well, yes. Fact remains. I am the head of the group. You are the VP. Cheers. We touched glasses again. I look a big girl. So that is, we are colleagues? I said. Well, no. I feel like after all those breakfast meetings, I know you somewhat. You know me too. In fact, he said and paused. In fact, what? In fact, I am going to miss our breakfast chats the most after this deal. He said and stared into horizon. Our oatmeal and peanut butter toast conversations. Don't forget honey, I said. He laughed. I will miss our breakfast too, I said. Well, life goes on. Another day, another deal, Neil said. Wait, so we are not friends? Can we be? Why not? I said. Many reasons to not be. I am your senior, 20 years older, married, 2 kids. You, on the other hand, young and single, smart and attractive. Attractive? I said and smiled. Yeah, of course. You are really attractive, Radhika. I am just being factual. A. The sweet, soothing feeling of receiving a compliment from a worthy man. My life at this moment felt perfect. Thank you, I said. You are pretty cool too. What is this? An overworked bankers' self-praise society, Neil said. We laughed. The waiter refilled our champagne glasses. We are friends, Neil said. I don't see you as a junior now. Do not I get too casual with friends? Tell me if I overstep the line. After all, you are my senior, I said. I am not the typical senior. You can be honest with me. Speak your mind. Really? Yeah, try me, Neil said. Okay. What do you truly think of me? I said, as a person. He wiped the water droplets on his glass with his thumb. Go on, hit me. Be frank, I said. He smiled. You are smart, of course, but you are also simple and a little lost. You are one of the most attractive women I have met, yet you need external validation, a lot of it. This could be because you have self-esteem issues. You are sensitive but have closed yourself after what has happened in New York perhaps. Oh, was all I could say. Impressed and speechless at his observation. A bit too frank, he said. Yeah, oh, I said and laughed, but not bad. You do observe more about me than the financial model I create. Oh, but your work is stellar. You could be partner one day. Radhika Mehta, partner, Goldman Sachs. Here is to that, Neil said and raised his toast. He finished his glass in one shot. I followed him. The cloudless sky looked even more beautiful as little stars became visible at dusk. A slow French song began to play in the background. I couldn't understand the lyrics but could feel the pain of the singer, partner Radhika, with a lot of deals under her belt. But lonely, without love, I said. What nonsense, Radhika, with a lot of love, Neil said. Whatever, I don't think so. Which song is this? It is beautiful. La Vie en Rose. Life though rose tinted glasses. Famous French song. But seriously, that is what you think. You won't find love? Yeah, my biggest fear, perhaps. Neil gave me a look of disbelief. You want to talk about New York? He said. The waiter brought us another champagne bottle over the course of dinner and a few more glasses of bubbly. I told him my entire New York story. He listened with full attention, nodding at every significant moment. And so that is it. I dropped the phone in the East River, came to Hong Kong, I said. I wiped a slow tear rolling under my cheek. I didn't think of Debut much now. However, repeating the story was not a breeze. You could have just dropped the SIM card, and wiped the phone to factory settings, Neil said. I looked at Neil. He kept a poker face. I don't know why, but we burst out laughing. It is okay. Crap happens in life. Mostly it is for the good, Neil said. More champagne, sir, the waiter said as he picked up our second empty bottle. Actually, no, I am pretty, Neil said as I interrupted him. Actually, yes, we would like another one, I said. Really? Neil said, looking at me as the waiter left. Well, I have told you a lot about me. We still have to cover you. We meet a drink for that. Neil shrugged and smiled. Okay, bring it on, he said. What is your read on me as a person? Well, I said, resting my left palm on my glass. You are a bit of an enigma. Enigma? Yeah, mysterious. You are smart, clearly an overachiever, fit, good-looking, charming. I could get used to this. Go on, Neil said. But I said, but what? I don't know if you are truly happy. You should be, right? You have everything the world aspires for, right? But you don't seem truly happy. I am happy. Look at me. Being paid to be an island. Yeah, you get paid a lot, but that is not all it takes to be happy. He didn't respond. He looked searchingly at me. What make you think I am not happy? He said slowly. I feel you put on a mask. This perfect mask, hard-working family man, controls his diet, exercise regularly. It is almost too perfect, like your perfectly ironed shirts. There isn't an out-of-place craze. You know what they say in due diligence, right? What? If it is too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true, I said. He looked at me, his eyes wide in surprise. He put his glass down. Did I cross the line? I said, a little anxious. He shook his head. No, it is okay. What else make you feel this way? You never talk about your family. I do. I told you. Kusum, my 2 kids. Factual stuff, meaning it is like data, no feelings. Okay, Neil said. Oh, you learn something every day. So that is what you think about me. I am sorry if I said something inappropriate. No, it is cool, he said and smiled. The waiter cleared our dinner plates. He brought us mango with sticky rice as dessert. I cut a piece of mango with my knife and ate it with a fork. Your wife is happy for all your success? I said. Yeah, Neil said after some deliberation. She is. We have been together 20 years. She has been my entire journey. 20 years? Wow. So you guys met when I was 5, I said. Oh, Neil grinned. Now you make me feel really old. What is it like being married for so long? I said. It is nice. You build a life together. A lot of memories together. You bring kids into this world. Yeah, does sound beautiful. And yes, because you have been with a person so long, it doesn't stay the same. Issue crop up. Many issues. Many issues. I sensed Neil had stuff bottled up. Okay, well you can talk about it if you want, I said. I am not going to bore you. I don't have an exciting story with iPhones being thrown off the Brooklyn Bridge. Just stupid domestic stuff. Hey, I had an old iPhone. I would have upgraded to a new model anyway. Both of us laughed. You are funny, he said. We finished our meal. I ate too much, I said. Me too. Let us take a walk. Another walk. You are Mr. Hyperactive, aren't you? I said. He grinned. He picked up a flashlight. There was one on every table. I lifted 2 glasses and the unfinished 3rd bottle of champagne. What? Neil said. We will take this long, I said. Kind of defeats, Neil said and I nudged him. Come, I said. We walked barefoot on the same route as our jog a couple of hours ago. However, the island took on a new form in the darkness. The trees appeared pitch black, as did the sea. I could see white streaks where the waves broke due to the phosphorescence and the moonlight. We walked close to the shore this time. The water lapped at our feet, warm on our ankle. Neil's flashlight showed us the way. He walked in silence, with 2 sound apart from the splashing waves. The lack of conversation didn't seem awkward. In fact, it seemed perfect. I spoke after a while. You must be tired, I said. You ran 5 rounds. A little bit, Neil said, but walked on. He reached the northern tip of island, which had a C-shaped alcove. The waves became gentle here and made no sound. Rock formation on the beach jutted out of the sand, but at a distance we could see fishing boats as nearby islanders went off for a night's catch. We can sit for a bit, I said. Sure, he said. We sat down on the cold sand in absolute silence. He switched off the flashlight. The moonlight was just about enough for us to see each other's face. I poured myself a glass of champagne. He looked at me, shook his head in disbelief and grinned. I poured him a glass as well. He took a sip. I turned my head back to look up at the sky. The night sky had so many stars. It felt like someone had sprayed it with a silver paint. Whoa, look at the gazillion stars above, I said. He turned his gaze up to the sky as well. Unlike Hong Kong, there is no pollution here and no blacklight from the city. Yeah, I have never seen stars in Hong Kong, I said. Do you recognize constellations? Neil said. I shook my head. He pointed at the sky with his index finger. See, that is Ursa Major, or the Great Bear, he said, outlining the group of 7 stars. I kept looking at his finger. He kept talking. That is Ursa Minor, Little Bear. That is the North Star, Neil said. How do you know all this? I said. Used to have a telescope once. Can you imagine? These stars are all navigators had when they sailed centuries ago. No GPS. Unbelievable, I said. My neck hurt from keeping my head tilted for long. I lay down on the sand instead. This way my eyes could face the sky above me and I could be comfortable. Easier to see this way, I said. Neil looked at me once and lay down as well. Our heads were 1 foot apart. What is your sun sign? He said, staring at the sky above. My birthday was just a few days back, I said. Gemini then. There, see. Those are the Gemini twins, he said. What is yours? Taurus. See, over there, he said. He pointed to a group of stars that outlined a bull. Oh, I said. We became quiet and enjoyed the silence and isolation. I felt calm because of the surroundings. Maybe the champagne also had something to do with it. I could hear him breathing. I stretched my legs. A wave touched my foot. I moved in reflex. As I did that, my ankle brushed against Neil's. He turned his head and looked at me. I am sorry, I said. It is fine, he said, rather whispered. We looked at each other and smiled. I don't know why. Call it girl intuition or whatever. I felt like something was going to happen. I could have moved away, but I didn't. Maybe because I wanted it to happen. Chapter 27. The sun has a way of making everything visible, even your blunders. Then dawn broke. I opened my eyes. I blinked, trying to orient myself. The seawater glistened in front of me, but my mouth felt perched. I felt a headache coming on. Water. I needed water. Neil lay next to me, fast asleep. No way. I mumbled. No way. Radhika, no way. I smacked my forehead. I found my clothes next to me. I wore them as quickly as possible. I stood up, wondering if I should wake Neil up. I decided not to. I picked up the glasses and the empty champagne bottle, the catalyst to last night's disaster, and walked back. The sun rose higher. I walked fast. I didn't want to face Neil right now. In fact, I didn't want to face him ever. Back in my room, I lay on the bed, staring at the ceiling. Fuck, I said out loud. What the fuck have you done, Radhika? I lay there motionless. A million thoughts ran through my mind. What did I just do? I slept with a partner at Goldman Sachs. I slept with a man 20 years older than me. I realized Neil was just 10 years younger than my father. Radhika, how could you do it? Minnie jumped out of her cave. All of a sudden, Minnie had full authority. There is something wrong, something totally fucked up about you. You are just a bloody useless little idiot. My happy mood from yesterday had evaporated. Life had just begun to sort itself out. I had closed a great deal. I had been promoted. I had even somewhat gotten over Dibu. All this had given me a new sort of self-esteem. Now it meant nothing. I curled up in my bed in tears. Minnie continued to talk, or rather yell at me. He is fucking married. He has 2 kids. There is a wife. They are all waiting in Hong Kong, where both of you live. Yes, it was true, and I had known it all before. What was I thinking? Or rather, why was I not thinking? Life is not a private island in the Philippines. Minnie shouted at me. I know, I had nothing to counter my inner voice with. This is why Dibu left you. Something is wrong with you. Seriously, you stupid, slutty bitch. I sobbed. I don't know why, but I cried and cried. I had crossed the line. Hell, I had not just crossed, but jumped and leaped miles over the line. You had one thing going for you, your career. Now you have fucked that up too, Minnie said. I berated myself for a long time. I realized I had to get up. I had to shower, pack and leave on a seaplane in an hour. I didn't know how to face him. I didn't want to. Could we go back on separate flights? Could I just go down in the sea outside? I wondered where Neil was. What if he didn't wake up? Shouldn't I call him? I heard a knock on my door. I froze. I opened the door to find one of the hotel staff. Madam, your shoes. You left them in the restaurant last night. Oh, sure, thanks, I said. I returned Sir's shoe to his room. Great. Was he there? Yes, he was. He asked me to tell you to meet in the seaplane reception area in 30 minutes. Sure, I said, relieved. I didn't have to talk to him just yet. I showered and changed into a charcoal grey suit. It was too formal and a misfit for my location, but apt for my mental state, as if he would see me in this work suit again and things would be back to normal. Funnily enough, he did seem pretty normal. Hey, good morning, he said and smiled. He wore sunglasses just like me. We had found a way to avoid eye contact. Hi, I said. All set. Time to say goodbye to the Bengalusian, he said. His voice seemed casual. He seemed calm, unlike the neurotic mess I was. We sat in the plane. The pilot gave a thumbs up as we took off. I ignored the beautiful scenery below us, as my mind was flooded with doubts instead of regret. Another set of thoughts gripped me. How is he so calm and casual? Did it mean nothing to him? I looked outside the window, away from him. My mind was on nothing but him. Is this a regular thing for him? He doesn't think this was special. Have there been other girls? Oh, am I also just a conquest now? I hate him. The seaplane landed. We stepped out and took a car to the Palawan airport. He looked at me. I looked away. He reached the airport and took our connecting flights back to Hong Kong. On the way, we spoke little, limiting ourselves to stupid conversation like, where is the gate? At the transit airport in Manila, or can you pass the pepper? During our meal in the Cathay Pacific aircraft. I don't know why grown-ups behave in such a stupid manner. Pepper seemed more important than anything else. I opened my laptop and pretended to work. He did the same. My mind raced up and down with thoughts. I have been such a fool. He will go home, tick another box in his conquest list and laugh about it. He will be like that Indian VP chick. Check been there, done that Desi baby. Damn it, Radhika, stupid. We landed in Hong Kong. We went to the airport car pickup point. We waited for our respective car, which Bianca had looked for us. Our two black cars arrived. I proceeded to step into mine. Radhika, Neil said, yeah. I said and turned to him. I know you probably have a million thoughts in your head. So do I. What thoughts? I said, excuse me. Let us pretend nothing happened. That would be a mature way to deal with it, right? About last night, he said, puzzled. I shrugged my shoulders. Haven't really had a chance to think about it, I said. Yeah, more like, haven't thought of anything but that. Well, I have been thinking about it all day. Good, master. At least it a freaking matter. Go on, I said in my head as I continued to look at him. And while I am still working through my thoughts, I just wanted you to know that last night was special for me. I can tell you, haven't felt that way before. Oh, I said, my mouth open. I did not expect that. Oh, okay, well, I said and went into clueless and silent bimbet mode. I looked at him with a blank face. Yeah, it was tender and wonderful and touching and so many things, Neil said, moving his hands around as he spoke. That is interesting, I said. Okay, what kind of an idiotic response is that? Interesting. Like, really, Radhika? Interesting, he said, surprised at his stupid response. I better go. See you later, I said. The driver opened my car door. Sure, he said and waved at me. He looked pained at what would have seemed to him my indifference. The car drove off the airport terminal. I noticed him continue looking at my car until he went out of sight. My car zipped across the highway as Hong Kong's flickering skyscraper lights became visible again. Pretend it never happened. Maybe that will mean it never did, I said to myself as the car reached my home. Chapter 28. 2 weeks later. Okay, enough. We do need to discuss what happened, Neil said. Why? I said. Neil had called me to his office. We sat facing each other at his desk because it is not good to not talk about it. You have been avoiding me ever since we came back from Philippines. I studied my fingernails. What is there to talk about? It was wrong. Well, he said and paused before he spoke again. Define wrong. It was wrong, Neil, and you know it, I said, looking up. Okay, maybe it was a little wrong, but it felt right, really. Didn't it? Didn't it feel just right? I don't matter, Neil. I started counting on my fingers. I work for you. You are married. You are a dad. I am aware of that. So, then what is this all about? Let it be a one-off blunder, and let us move on. He stood up restlessly and walked to the window, staring into the harbor. He spoke again. I can't call it a blunder. How does one call the most special experience of one's life a blunder? He has a way with words. Be careful, I told myself. Call it what you want. Point is, it was not real. We can put it down to the setting, the drinks, the air. It won't happen again. It won't, I said, my voice as agitated as his was quiet. Neil came back to his seat and sat across from me. He held his chin with his right hand. Okay, calm down, Neil said. I get it. We should focus on work, I said briskly. Fine, we cool then. Otherwise, yeah, I said. So if there is another deal I want to staff you on, I can. Of course, you are the boss, even if it is with me. Do you have to staff me in particular? Greenwood want to buy some more distressed hotels in Korea. They want us to look at some options. They liked your work, so he left the sentence hanging. Whatever you say, I said. I won't staff you if you don't want to. Should I say you are not available? So I close my clients now, I said. Of course not. You are on. The target company is in Seoul. Let us go there soon. I am looking for a sofa. A two-seater, please, I said. Would you like a simple sofa or a sofa bed? The salesperson said. I had come to IKEA, the Swedish furniture store, on the weekend. The huge 20,000 square feet IKEA store is located in Causeway Bay. Sofa bed, I said. At some point, if I had guests from India, I would need to provide a place to sleep. The IKEA salesperson led me to the sofa bed area. There were a dozen models, from Japanese futons to clever snapshot mechanism. Do you have a color preference? The salesperson said. Not really. How about the steel grey right there? I pointed at one. Oh, that is a bestseller, comfortable and minimalist, she said. I sat on the sofa to see how it felt. Good, I said. I like it. Hi, someone waved at me from a distance. I looked up. Neil, I said. He stood at the other corner of the sofa section. Hi, he said again as I walked up to him. Good to see you here. We came for some easy chairs. Here meet Kusum, meet Radhika from my office. An Indian woman, around 40 years old, stood next to him. A 3-year-old boy held one of her fingers. A 7-year-old girl sitting on one of the IKEA sofas played with an iPhone. A 26-year-old girl, or me, wished for an earthquake that would swallow her deep into the bottom of the earth. Radhika, so nice to meet you, Kusum said in an American accent. She extended her hand. Oh, okay, I said as we shook hands. I mean, hi Kusum. This is Aryan. Aryan, say hi to Radhika Didi, Neil said. Aryan extended his tiny hand as well. I took it. My heart began to beat fast. And that is Sia. Sia, say hi to Didi, Neil said. Sia waved my way without looking up from her screen. Not done, Sia, Kusum said in a firm voice. Is that how you wish people? Sia recognized authority. She kept the phone aside and came to me with dainty steps. Hello, Didi, how are you? She said in a rehearsed formal routine. I am fine, thank you, I said. That is better, Sia. I don't like bad habits or behavior, Kusum said. I guess more than anyone. I was the badly behaved one. I avoided eye contact with Kusum. I did manage a side glance. She was slim, elegant and had a straight, upright posture. She was wearing a long black dress with a diamond necklace and watching earrings. The one you see advertised outside the Courtier store in Hong Kong. I noticed a fat solitaire on her ring finger. 3 carats, I guessed. Sorry, Radhika, just training her. She is addicted to the phone, Kusum said and smiled. It is okay, I said, wondering what excuse would allow me. The quickest exist. Niels mentioned you, Kusum continued. You recently moved to Hong Kong, right? Yeah, 6 months, I said, wondering what else he had mentioned. We have been meaning to call the team over to our house. It is my fault. Never worked out a date, Kusum said. Not a problem, I said. I spoke as little as possible to exhaust conversation as I could leave. Shopping for home, is it? Neil said. Well, did he have to talk? I felt guilty just being next to him in front of Kusum. I wished I could hide beneath one of the IKEA sofas. Yes, I needed a sofa bed, I said. Where do you put up? Kusum said. Is she going to come kill me? Will she knock me out with that diamond solitaire? Old Peak Road, I said. We are in Ripples Bay. Do come sometime. Do you miss Indian home food? Have her over, Neil, Kusum said. Oh, please, please don't be nice to me. I wanted to say, yeah, why not? You should come, Neil said, his face as blank as mine. Maybe sometime. Anyway, I don't want to impose on your family outing, I said, hoping to escape. What outing? We just came for some errands. Are you by yourself? Kusum said. Yes, I am. Single, alone, and loveless. No wonder I borrowed your husband. Yes, I said vaguely. Sunday, so just thought we'll fix up the house. I love your dress. By the way, Kusum said. Good. She is actually a nice person. She had praised my simple white lace dress, even though she probably wore a designer Prada or Gucci outfit herself. She was not a bitch, and that just made me feel worse. It is just Sarah, I said. Well, you have the figure of it, she said. She seemed fit too. I looked at her face. She was pretty fair and had high cheekbones. I would kill to look like her at 40. I noticed she had a small bust. My boobs were better. Okay, why on earth am I comparing my body to hers? Is that all we women are? I am a vice president in Goldman Sachs. Why doesn't that make me feel as smug as knowing I have bigger boobs than Neil's wife? And why am comparing myself to her at all? Thanks, I stammered, remembering she had given me a compliment. You have lunch plans, she said. Actually, I normally don't eat lunch, I said, making up nonsense as I spoke. We are just heading to the food court outside IKEA. Feel free to join us, Kusum said. I looked at Neil. Can the great partner at Golden Sachs use his brain to get me out of this? Yeah, join us, because it would be great if you can join us, he rambled on. But not if you don't want to. I glared at him. What do you mean? Not if you don't want to. Have a salad. It is not good to skip meals, Kusum said. Oh, okay, I said in meek submission. I understand you must be on a diet. Trust me, I go through the same, Kusum said and smiled at me. So, now what? Were we bounding together, wife and mistress? Fuck, did I just call myself mistress? I am not a mistress. I am a vice president for Golden Sachs. I followed Neil's family out of IKEA and to the food court in the Daisy. I saw taxis out on the road. I had the urge to jump into one and scoot away, or maybe just jump under one of them and die. Mom, I want French fries with my noodles, Sia said. No, I will get you some veggies instead, Kusum said. Sia made a face. Kusum glared at her daughter. Sia got the message and began to eat her lunch. Aryan had home food. Neil ordered a chicken wrap. Kusum, a quinoa salad. I went for fried rice. though I ate it like a little bird, one grain at a time. Liking Hong Kong, Kusum said. Yeah, I said. Compact, convenient, work is good. Made some friends? She said. Well, work people mostly, I said. That is cold man for you. They made you work so much. You don't have a life outside. That is not true, Niels said. I come home on time. You are a partner. These poor associate and VPs have to do the grunt work. Neil shrugged. You have to pay your dues, he said. I couldn't handle it. JP Morgan for 8 years. I just quit. Oh, you were in banking? I said. Neil never told me that. Well, he never told me anything about her. Yeah, equity sales. I had enough, although busier now with these two little ones. Sometimes I do wish I could escape to office. We don't escape, we work, Neil said. Yeah, whatever. You are at least get weekends, mothers don't. The errands never stop. That reminds me, I had to call. Kusum opened her Louis Vuitton handbag. Sia, where is my phone? Mummy, I stopped using it when you told me, Sia said, slurping up a noodle. Oh no, I left it in IKEA on the sofa. Kusum jumped up. I will just go to the store and check. You want me to come? Neil said. Oh, kids and food are all here. No, you stay. I will be back in 10 minutes. Do you want me to go and check? I said. I would do anything to get away from this sweet domestic scene. How kind of you to offer. Kusum smiled. Don't worry, I will be back in minutes. Neil will handle the kids. She left Neil, Sia, Aryan and me at the food court. I had the most awkward meal of my entire life. I couldn't talk freely to Neil. Sia might understand. After all, eat the vegetables too, Sia, Neil said. Sia didn't complain. Neil moved over to her and began to feed her with a spoon. I ate my rice in silence. Aryan ate butterfly-shaped pasta with red sauce from his lunchbox. He smeared the red sauce all over his face and hands. With every bite, Aryan looked messier. I could see Neil wanted to attend to his son, but had to feed his daughter. Do you mind? He said and gestured to me. I looked around, took a deep breath and slid next to Aryan. I took a tissue and wiped his face. Eat slowly, Aryan. Okay, I said. You feedie me, he said. What? I said. You feedie me, he said again. Neil smiled at me. Really, Neil, this is funny to you. Aryan jumped into my lap and handed me his fork. I fed him with one hand and kept a tissue in my other hand to wipe his mouth. I didn't expect to run into you, I said. Well, I had no idea you would be here, Neil said. Sia looked at both of us, one after the other, with an innocent expression. We decided not to pursue the topic further. You go to daddy office too, Sia said. Yes, I said. How about you? Which class are you in? Grade 3, she said. What is your favorite subject? I said. As Aryan took a bit of the fork. Math, she said. Radhika Didi is really good at it, Neil said. He looked at me and smiled, as if he meant not just math. Are you really smart? Sia said. I am okay smart, I said. Enough feedie, Aryan said to me, as he felt neglected. No, you have to finish your lunch, Aryan, I said. I don't know how I ended up feeding Neil's child. It was awkward, sure, yet somehow seeing Neil taking care of his children made him more real, more human. Is this what it would be like to have a family. I wondered what Neil thought when he saw me feed Aryan, his favorite distressed debt analyst, could wipe tomato sauce off a toddler's face too. Neil looked at me and smiled. Do I make a good family person, Neil? Found it, Kusum said as she held up her iPhone. She noticed me with Aryan. Oh my god, I am so sorry, Aryan. You can eat on your own. I like Didi feeding me, he said. Kusum put out a hand for the fork. I surrendered it. She was staking her claim. She wanted her family back. Aryan went into his mother's arms. My lap and even I, on the inside, felt empty. I realized I wanted this too. I wanted kids. I wanted messy pasta dishes. I wanted iPhone addicted daughters who had math as their favorite subject. Say thank you to Didi, Kusum said. Aryan didn't say thanks. He bent forward and kissed me on my cheek. He had his father's charm. I melted at the little boy's display of love. I wanted to kiss him back. I didn't. I couldn't. How could I? It is somebody else's family. Will I have a son like this one day? Will I ever have kids? I better leave, I said. I remembered my part-time help is coming. She doesn't have the keys. Oh, you haven't finished your lunch, Kusum said. I am quite full. Really? Thanks so much, I said. Really? She said. We hardly spoke. I am sure. We will meet up soon, I said. Of course, Neil said, adding a comment. When there was no need to buy Sia by Aryan, I said. By Feedy Didi, Aryan said, and everyone laughed. Feedy Didi dashed out of the food court. Chapter 29. For most women, it is that time of the month. For my mother, it is that time of the week. The time when she goes hysterical on the phone and want one thing more than anything else in the world, my marriage. Not today, Mom, please. Any other day, I said. Why? It is Sunday. It is the only day you are relaxed and can talk properly. I am not relaxed today, I snapped. I opened my laptop and logged on to Facebook. Why? Are you working? No. So, you are at home, right? Did you go to that IKEA shop to get the sofa bed? IKEA. Whatever, did you get a sofa bed? No. I went there this afternoon. I liked one. I didn't get a chance to buy it. Why? Leave it, Mom. I told you, not a good day. How will we come if you don't have a sofa bed? I will get it. I promise. Why are you so irritated? Because I know what you are going to say. What? Register your profile. See some boys, Mom. Why are you obsessed with me getting married? If I don't care, what will happen? You will continue buying sofas alone. Is it even a woman's job to buy furniture? Doesn't start, Mom. I said. I searched for Tibu. He had kept his profile private. I don't know why. I wanted to see his profile picture. Maybe he was single again. Okay, listen to just one proposal, she said. See, I know it. That is the only thing you talk about. Chemist. I know what you are thinking. But this is a family with 6 chemist shops in the heart of Delhi. They even have one opposite Ames. Do you know how much business that can do? Mom, you want my husband to sit in a chemist shop? He manages the shops. He doesn't just sit there dishing out strips of crochet. What is his qualification? I said. You have this hang-up about qualification. Mom, how is education a hang-up? I am an MBA. So he has done B.Pharm. He is thinking of doing an MBA. She lowered her volume. Through correspondence. Correspondence? You can even do it online these days. Mom, bye. They have a koti in Bengali market. The boys on floor has 4 bedrooms. I don't care. I am not looking for real estate. Talk to him once. Why? Mom, you know I am working abroad. Why would I quit and come for this? What do you want then? NRI? I can look. I don't want anyone. Please leave me alone. What has happened to you today? I have to go by. I entered the call. I saw the Facebook page in front of me. Avinash was still Dibu's friend. I could ask him. I called Avinash in New York. Hey Radhika, been ages, he said. Yeah, what is up? I said, just woke up. Sunday morning here. How is Hong Kong? Work? It is good. Busy. Hey Avinash, can I ask you for a quick favor? Sure. Promise you won't judge me or tell anyone. Sure. I want you to check Dibu's profile on Facebook. Really? See, you are judging me, right? This idiotic girl who moved continents but can't move on. No, wait. I am not judging. What do you want me to do? I will FaceTime you. You point your phone camera to your computer screen. Load Dibu's profile on your computer. He laughed. That is innovative. It is also desperate. Hey, that is fine. FaceTime me. I gave him a video call. Here we go. Debashish said. Avinash said. I could see his computer screen on my phone. He zoomed in closer to Dibu's profile picture. He stood there, grinning in Central Park with a red-haired white girl, 3 inches taller than him. My heart sank. He had switched at least 2 women after me. I meanwhile had run into the wife and kids of the boss I had slept with. His last post was at a colleague's birthday party. Do you want me to enlarge the picture? Yeah, sure, I said. Dibu sat at a restaurant table holding up a bottle of Corona beer. He still had his beard and curly hair. The tall white girl sat next to him, a girl of wine in her hand. He looked happy. She looked happy. The wine looked happy. Who did not look happy? Me. You want to see more? Avinash said. Thanks, Avinash. That is enough, I said, my voice flat. We miss you. Don't you miss New York? Yeah, I do. Miss you guys, I said. I finished the call and sat in my bed. I saw the time. It was midnight. I changed into my night clothes. As I put my white Zara dress into the laundry bag, I noticed a tiny red pasta sauce stain on the sleeve. I don't know why, but I felt horrible. I felt lonely. I imagined Neil at home, kids in his lap, while he told them bedtime stories. I imagined Kusum wearing designer sleepwear and cuddling Neil. Why was I imagining all this? How did it matter to me? I know he had a family all along. Right. My phone buzzed. WhatsApp message from Neil. Hope you recovered from bumping into me today. Sorry about that. Okay, so he wasn't spooning in bed with his wife in pretty sleepwear. He was typing a message to me. Not your fault, I messaged back. Strangely, I liked that you met my kids. Really? Yeah, they are a huge part of my life. Nice to share it with you. Somehow, he made it all seem less terrible. That is sweet of you to say. They are amazing kids. Thanks. They liked you. Aryan kept saying, Feedy Didi. I sent a smiley back. You don't even talk to me these days. Neil sent another message. What is the point? I replied, we can only know the point of talking if we do the talking. Right, it is fine. Nothing to be said. Mistakes happen. Stop calling it a mistake, please. Fine. Can we talk like catch up properly instead of avoiding each other? I don't know, Neil. I am not in a good place. What happened? Nothing specific, just low. Can I be there for you? At least a little bit. We will talk later, I said. We are going to Seoul next week. Can we catch up then? Sure, I said. Thank you. Just don't avoid me. Can't see. Too. It turns out. Even on weekends, I said. You are funny. Anyway, good night. Good night. By the way, Kusum is really sweet. Thanks, he said. She likes you. Because she doesn't know me, I said. Don't say that. I sent a smiley back. He replied with a long message. Anyway, Kusum is nice. I am not going to say she is a horrible person, Radhika, but she and I just don't share that connection. Not even a tenth of what you and I have. None actually. I read the message and didn't reply. What? He sent another message. What do you want me to say? Go see a counselor? Work on your marriage? What? I typed back. Nothing. I am telling you fact from my side. All I want is for you to admit to some of your feelings. Why? Why do you want to know my feelings? I replied, because even though this is totally wrong, the fact is, I love you. Good night, Neil replied. We didn't talk in Seoul. We made love. We made crazy love, and we did the same when we went on other business trips 10 more times in the next 3 months. Each time our intimacy felt deeper than before, despite feeling immoral. There was also the matter of my loneliness. He made me feel less lonely. I wanted Neil in my life, someone to treat me like I was special and make me feel loved. Every bit of me. Maybe I gave him something too. A bit of the youth he wanted to hold on to. The lightness and brightness of me. As our business trip increased, our guilt trip decreased. He said he and Kusum disagreed on many things, from raising kids to how hard he should work. He said I accepted him the way he was. With every night we spent, fight we shared and meal we had together, I felt closer to him. I still showed some restraint. He told me I love you every time we met. I never did. He never pushed me to reciprocate either. The Greenwood quest for more distressed hotels in Korea dragged on. They wanted to see more options. We didn't mind. It meant more trips to Seoul for companies to look at and more. Neil to hold through the night. Chapter 30. 3 months later. Who is it? I said. I walked up to answer the doorbell in my night clothes. I was watching the Filmfare Awards at my home in Hong Kong. The film Queen, about a woman who took charge of her life, was sweeping all the awards. The doorbell rang again. I opened the door. Neil, I said. I checked the time. 11 p.m. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you, he said. Neil and I had some unspoken rules. He never came to my apartment. I had never gone to his house either. We had never got together in Hong Kong. Somehow intimacy on a business trip far away felt less sinful than in the city we lived in. What is the matter? I said. Can I stay here tonight? Neil said. Why? I said. I mean, we don't really do that. Kusum and I had a fight. He said. Anything major? Things escalated. I didn't want them to get worse. I told her I had to go on a business trip and left. I thought I would go to a hotel in Hong Kong, but he said and looked at me. But what? You thought, why pay for a room and he alone when you can get accommodation and sex for free? I thought. Yeah, of course, you can stay here. Come in. I said. Thanks, he said. Hungry? I said. He shook his head. He held me by my shoulders. He kissed me. He smiled. I did not. What am I to you, Neil? I stress ball. to come and play with when you are hustled. No, not at all, Radhika, he said. He sounded shocked. So, why are you here? Didn't we have this pact that we don't do anything in Hong Kong? Did we? I mean, what is the difference? There is to me. Business trips feel less wrong. There is also a clear boundary. This is I don't know what. Why? Because I don't know when you will show up here and when you won't. Today you are at my home because you had a tiff with your wife. Tomorrow she will bake cookies for you and you will be home with her. What does that make me? Miss Standby? He pushed back his hair with an unsteady hand. I just wanted to be out of there. Fresh air. I thought I will come and check if you wanted to be with me. I am sorry if it is fine tonight. I just prefer it outside Hong Kong. Helps me to keep my sanity, I said. Are you okay, Radhika? I have never seen you like this, Neil said. Let us go to bed. We lay in bed. I turned off the light. He put his arm around me. I didn't reciprocate and lay still. I know what you are thinking, he said. What? That this is a booty call. Now that you say it, maybe yes. Maybe that is why you are here. I just wanted to be with you. Let us not do anything tonight. Let me just hold you, he said. I looked at him. Even in the darkness, I could see his eyes. Really? I said. Yeah. Why are you so surprised? You are a gay. We are having an affair. You are okay with not having sex? Of course, Neil said. He kissed my shoulder. We can if you want to, I said. No, not tonight. I just want to be with you, Neil said. Good night. I love you. Good night, I said in mild shock. I stayed awake as he slept in my arms. He was 2 decades older, yet I felt I had a baby next to me. He looked peaceful as his head lay on top of my hair. Maybe he did care for me. Maybe what we were doing was wrong, but maybe something good could come out of it. I checked. He seemed to be in deep sleep. I love you, Neil Gupta, I whispered to his sleeping face. I heard that, he said and turned sides. You are so bad, I said and punched his shoulders as he grinned. Eyes still closed. I will let Josh do the talking. He is your supervisor. Only fair he gives you your number on bonus day, Neil said. Josh sat in Neil's office. I took a seat with them. Sure, I said. It was impressive how professional Neil and I were at work. Josh gave me a summary of my performance review. My peers had rated me 4.5 overall. That is a good rating, Neil said. I wondered what he himself had rated me. Thanks, I said. And the bottom line, George said, your number or your bonus for the year is $350,000. My heart skipped a beat. Wow, I blurted out, even though I didn't intend to react. George smiled. That tells me you are happy. Good. Thanks, I said, still absorbing my gross compensation. My total base salary and bonus came up to $500,000. Keep up the good work. I am humbled, I said. You deserve it. Your deals made a lot of money for the group, Neil said. He smiled at me. I kept a straight face. I came back to my desk. I called my mother. She gasped at the number, especially when I converted it into rupees. My father went into shock. Of course, it is all legal, Dad. What are you saying? I promise it is legal. Goldman Sachs is a reputed firm, I said. But 3 crores a year, he said. That is your little girl, I said. He laughed. You want to move to the new house? One of those apartments with swimming pools and gyms. No beta. We are fine here, Dad said. If you need anything, just anything, let me know, I said. You visit us soon, he said. I will, I said. Love you. Josh finally left Neil's office at 6 after finishing all bonus announcements. I knocked at Neil's door a little later. Hey, come on in, he said. Tired? I said. Busy day, yes, he said. I sat down in front of him. Happy with your number, he said. Yeah, I just wanted to be sure of one thing. I said. What? How much of this bonus is due to my work? What? Neil said, surprised. How much is due to my work and how much is due to what we have? Are you kidding me, Radhika? This is all your good work. You know, the profits on your deals. Yeah, you said I deserve it. I just want to be sure, I said. He shook his head. I don't believe it, he said. What? You are paid because you are good. Actually, you deserve more. However, there are limits too. What first year VPs can be paid? I could have asked New York to override the limit, he said as I interrupted him. Please don't do things like that. Well, I didn't, and it is hurtful. You think I would. I don't need to pay you more to get your love, okay? Okay, I said. Thanks then. Stop presuming things. I am trapped in a marriage. I don't have answers. I wish things were different, he said, his voice agitated. He paused and continued in a calmer voice. But I love you. That is why I am with you. I am proud of you. You deserve it. You deserve more. I am sorry, I said. It is fine, he said. How was your bonus? I said. I am not supposed to tell you that. He grinned. You are also not supposed to do a lot of other things with me, mister. I said. 3, he said. 3 what? $3. $3 million? I said, my eyes round. See, this is why I didn't want to tell you. It sounds like a lot, I know. It is a lot. You made $3 million in bonus? I said, somehow. Life has a way of making you feel inadequate about a $350,000 bonus. I told you, you deserve more. Dream bigger, girl. Neil winked at me. You made so much money last year. You are a vice president. What else do you want career-wise? Mom, it is not just a career. I am not ready. I had surprised my parents. I had come home for the Chinese New Year 4-day weekend in Hong Kong. Aditi Didi had also come over. Dad, Mom, Aditi Didi and I visited India Gate. We took a walk along the lawns. My mother walked with me. As always, she walked about her favorite topic. You will never be fully ready. It is already here to get a boy for you. You are too successful, beta. Is there such a thing? Too successful? For girls there is. What to do? Let us not start again, Mom. I am only here for 4 days. What is the use? At least chat with a few good ones. I will find NRIs, okay. No, Mom, I don't want to. Do you have someone? Mom said and looked at me. Her direct eye contact made me uncomfortable. I have someone. Yes, someone only 5 years younger than you. Mom, not really. Not really means no, I don't. So, don't you need a man? Every woman does. I don't think so. I do fine on my own. There is an age, beta. You get the best matches then. After that, a girl's appeal declines. You are 26 already. So I am like a car model. You are impossible. I am not talking to you. My mother sulked for the next half hour, which meant 30 minutes of peace. We walked along Rajpath all the way to Rashtrapati Bhavan. Her tough and sullen expression matched that of the security guards on duty. What do you want, Mom? I said finally. You said you are not ready, but give me a time frame. When will you start looking at boys seriously? I don't know. 3 years, 4. You will be 30. How do you expect me to find a good guy for you? I will also be an even more successful banker. So, that makes it worse. I rolled my eyes. I would have a lot of money of my own. That will help me and my husband get a good start in life. No, I said. You don't need to make so much. Your man will. Mom, please. 1 year. I will wait 1 year. Then you cooperate. We start looking seriously. Okay, just 1 year. I stopped to buy peanuts from a street vendor. She rambled and on while I fed her with one hand and held the peanut in the other. You are so fussy. It will take another year even after I start looking for you. Another year to do the wedding, as NRIs have their own time issue. It is still a 3-year process. You will be 29, already late. Doesn't listen, this girl. 1 year, okay, but don't push, I said. I never push. Do I never push? She said. I looked at her. She seemed so earnest while asking her questions. I burst out laughing. Please find sensible men. Men with some class. Okay, I said. What class? I am going to find some slum dweller for you or what? I will find a total gentleman. You wait and see, she said. I mentally grinned at the word gentleman, which made me think of Neil. He was what my mother would call a gentleman. Minus his affair, of course. I love you, Mom. You are too cute, I said. What? And what is this class business when you yourself are eating peanut on the road? Chapter 31. Dragon 1. Restaurant, Central Hong Kong. Neil and I had come for dim sum, the traditional Chinese dumplings, at the posh Dragon 1, a modern Chinese restaurant near our office. I struggled with my chopsticks as I picked up a steamed spinach dumpling. So, yeah, 1 year. That is all Mom gave me, I said. I finished recounting my India Gate conversation. Neil lifted a peanut dumpling and his chopsticks easily. So you are getting married? Neil said. I looked at him and thought a little before I spoke again. I am just tired of my mother's relentless pursuit. I have to listen to her some point. What about us? What we have? Neil took a sip of Chinese tea. Neil, what about my life? Do you care? I said, my voice firm. We locked eyes. Of course, I care. But isn't as important? He said in a reasonable voice. For there to be an us, there has to be a future. Us has no future, right? I said. I don't know. We haven't discussed anything, Neil said, looking taken aback by how serious the lunch conversation had turned. And whose fault is that? I said. Of course, it is your fault, Neil, is what I wanted to say. The topic never came up, I guess, he said. I didn't respond. I just stared at him. I kept my chopsticks down. What? He said. Figuring out what something was very wrong. What topic, Neil? I said. Us. He said. Us and our future. Us is useless, I said. Us is special, Neil said. Well, all this us has done is have an affair for the last year. This us pretend to be colleagues in the office, whereas in reality, this us lives with each other during business trips and now even at my place. Can you keep your voice down, please? Neil whispered. It only pissed me off. See, even here, even at a Dragon Bun, we are colleagues. I can't say anything that will give us away. I can't hold your hand here. Can I? Even though you do like to spoon me at night, isn't it? Neil looked around the Closest customers were 3 tables away. You want to talk? We can talk about anything. I had no idea. You had so much bottled up. How could you? You have it easy. Partner at office, husband and father at home, young chicks when you want her. What do you have to worry about? This, what? That you are not okay about it when I thought you were. What made you think I am okay? I don't know. When we make love, or when we work together, or when we chat, isn't it out of this world? Life isn't lived out of this world, Neil. Life is lived in this world. To be fair, even I didn't know why I felt so anxious. Perhaps my mother's 1-year ticking clock deadline had triggered a panic attack. You know the problem, Neil. I can't even discuss us with anyone. Other girls discuss their boyfriends with their friends. I can't write. I had to stop talking. I excused myself to go to the washroom. I returned after washing my face. Neil looked at me with concern. Sorry, I said. Why am I saying sorry to him? You don't have to be sorry. It is your feelings. Thank you for sharing them. I am sorry for not sensing them earlier. My plate of vegetable dumplings had gone cold. One of the waiters replaced it. Neil and I ate in silence. I love you, Neil said. I shrugged. So, I said, kind of irrelevant, isn't it? What do you want, Radhika? Neil said. I kept silent. A future. I am 20 years older than he said. You said age doesn't matter in love, didn't you? I am married. I have kids. So much baggage. Exactly. So what am I doing with you? Aren't you happy with just what we have? Neil said. He seemed to be genuinely confused. Would you be? If you were in my place, I asked, looking him squarely in the eye. We have our work. We have love. We have excitement. We have friendship. We don't have the predictability and monotony of a married couple. You make marriage sound so bad. You are married. The whole world gets married. Clarify this for me. Do you want to get married, or are you feeling stressed only because your mother wants you to get married soon? Eventually, I do want to. Neil, how could you think I want? I want marriage, kids, family. Really? What do you mean really? I do. I want Sunday IKEA trips with my husband and the whole bunch of kids. I want to wipe my kids' messy face when I feed them. I want to bake cookies for them. Yes, I do. Really, Radhika? Neil said. He looked at me, gobsmacking, as if I had revealed my secret desire to join us ISIS. Yeah, why? I thought you were career-minded. Excuse me, what is that supposed to mean? I said, my voice ice cold. Nothing. Let us talk later. I will ask for the bill, Neil said and signaled the waiter. No, Neil, not tonight, I said. We were lying tangled up in my bed. He nuzzled the side of my neck. It signaled that he wanted sex. I shrugged my shoulder, dislodging his lips. Radhika, come here. He murmured my name in a persuasive voice. No, Neil, I said. I am tired. He had come to my apartment 4 nights in a row this week. I don't know what story he made up at home. Frankly, I didn't care. Every night I let him in. We watched TV for a while and we went to bed. He rebuttoned the shirt of his nightsuit. This is the 4th time you have rejected me, he said. He was right. Hadn't had sex all week. Stop assuming. I am not rejecting anything. I am tired, I said. Is it your mother? He said. I shook my head. Is it me? He said. I shook my head. It is me, I said. What? How could I let myself get into this? I said. We love each other, Radhika. Stop making it sound so bad. I switched on the night lamp next to me and turned on my side to face him. I lifted myself up to rest on my elbow. Really, Neil? I said. What? Neil said. I allowed myself to get involved with a married man. Not just a one-night stand. A long and full-blown affair. Hell, I allowed myself to fall in love with you. When there is no future, I have no plan to leave you. But do you have any plans to change anything? Why do we have to change? What we have is having perfect. What is Kusum finds out? She won't. What if she does? Doesn't be paranoid. You are being over anxious these days. Is it that time of the month? He tried to put his arm around me. Shut up, Neil, I said, extracting myself from his grip. Don't trivialize it. Your weekend trip to Delhi and talking to your mother has really shaken you up. Maybe I needed to be shaken up to really think about what I want. Neil sat up in bed. Sorry to say this, but you aren't thinking clearly. If I go by what you said in Dragon 1, Neil said. I said I want to have a family, have kids, be a good mother and look after them well. That is not thinking clearly. You are a star at work. What is all this mundane stuff you are talking about? Any woman can do all this, but I can't. I didn't say that. So I see you a someone exceptional and special. You could be an MD, a partner. Yeah, I will be. I like my work too. But you said you want marriage, IKEA, bunch of kids, baking cookies. Really? Yes, I want all that too. Radhika, you are getting carried away. You saw Kusum the other day and you are getting competitive over me. I too sat up in bed, almost panting in anger. It is not always about you, Mr. Neil Gupta. I am talking about myself, my needs. Do you get it, Mr. I am so smart, Goldman Sachs partner? It is just that. He turned silent. What? I said. He did not respond. Say what you wanted to say, Neil. It is just I never thought of you as the maternal type. I don't know if you were even meant to be a mother. I felt my face turn hot. My whole body began to quiver. Neil figured he had said something really, really wrong. Okay, that did not come out right. Get out, I said, my voice calm. He didn't move. Please leave my apartment. Neil, get out now. Come here. I will make you feel better, he said. Leaning forward, he tried to kiss me. Slap. I gave him a tight one across his face. I didn't care who the fuck he was. How dare you? How dare you fucking say that? I said. I am sorry. Just leave. Or I will send an email to all of Golden Sachs tomorrow about us. Would you like that? He slithered out of bed. I kept a stern gaze on him as he dressed, picked up his laptop bag and left. I curled up in bed, tears rolling down my cheeks. I cried and cried. I buried my face in the pillow, including the one that smelled of Neil, and just cried. You are so stupid, Radhika, I said to myself. What was I thinking anyway? Neil and I would walk off into the sunset. He think I wasn't meant to be a mother. How could I ever love this man? Did I not know this day would come? My stomach hurt. When I went to the bathroom, I discovered that Neil was right. It was that time of the month. In the middle of all this drama, I had to deal with the first day of my period. Did I tell you it sucks to be a girl sometimes? What is this? Neil said, surprised. He slid the letter on his desk toward me. Josh Ang, Distressed Debt Group, Goldman Sachs. Dear Josh, I would like to submit my resignation from the position of Vice President in the distressed debt group. Thank you so much for the wonderful experience, Radhika Mehta. That reached you real quick. I quipped. Of course, I have to sign off on it, Neil said. Can you please do that, sir? Will you stop it, please? Neil said, his voice low. Fine. Whatever, I will be quiet. I exhaled and kept quiet. This is your career, Neil said after a few seconds. I know what I am giving up. My career is the one thing I truly had as my own, I said. So why? I have no choice. My career is entertained with you. If I have to leave you, both have to go. So don't leave me. And do what? Become your mistress? What rubbish. What else am I? Mistress, at least get some rights and privileges. I am worse, actually. You are no mistress. You make your own money. Mistress take money from the man. They are dependent. You do it out of choice, which in some ways makes it even worse. Can we hurry up, please? You don't let go. Is it? Neil said. I have decided, Neil. As you can see, I have nothing to lose. You do, so please. I am worried about that. I said yesterday, okay, that mother thing. It is not just what you said or didn't say. This whole thing is wrong. And now, if I have any self-respect left, I need to end it. Neil looked at me carefully. I kept my eyes on the view outside the window, the Hong Kong harbor. You make me feel so bloody guilty, he said. You should feel bloody guilty, I said, still without looking at him. We did this together. Nobody forced you. I know. I feel guilty. So about time you too. Give me 2 hours. What? I said, turning to him. Come back in 2 hours, can you? I shrugged and left his office. I went back to my cubicle. My desk phone rang. After 2 hours, I went back to Neil's office. Leave me if you have to. Don't quit the firm, Neil said. So are you resigning instead? I said. Can you stop being so harsh? We have happy memories. I smirked at him. He continued. You can take a transfer to another office. New York, London, wherever. I looked at him. I suppose not New York, he said. Sure. Not New York. I had a relationship wreck in that city too. I began to speak as he interrupted me. You can get jobs outside, but please don't leave the group. We value you. I will never forgive myself. Is that all you won't forgive yourself for? I said. He hung his head low. Then he stood up and went to the window. I thought about this proposal for a minute. Fine, I can move to London, but it has to feel like a new job. I don't want you to any life at all. What do you mean? No common deals. No being in touch. Be gone. Clear. How can we? Neil, I am serious. If this is reported, you get into trouble, not me. You are the boss. Are you threatening me? I am saying I am serious. I am going to be a huge mess. I don't know if I will be able to pick up the pieces again. I don't want you to in my life there. That is why I am leaving. Okay, Neil said in a heavy voice and came back to his seat. Thanks. Someone from the London office will call you this evening, he said. Fine, can I leave now? Yeah, he said and posed Radhika. Yes, I am sorry I let you down. I stood up to leave. I let myself down. Neil. Chapter 32. I felt a lump in my throat as I replayed Hong Kong in my head. My hand holding the breakfast plate trembled. Neil looked at me. My relatives continued to fill the dining room. I drank a glass of water to buy time. Can we talk in private, please? Neil whispered. How, Neil? Can you see? I am at my wedding. I have a room here. Come for a little bit, please. How did you get a room? They told us they were full. It is not important. Please, 15 minutes. But how did you get a room? I said. I wanted to scream at the lobby manager. I took the presidential suite. That is all they had. Now can you come there, room 101? Of course, Mr. Partner had to be in the presidential suite. My cousins waved, gesturing me to come back. I need to have breakfast with my cousins. See you in 30 minutes, I said. You said, you will leave me alone, I said as he opened the door. I entered his lavish 3,000 square feet presidential suite. I sat on one of the sofas in the suite living room. He didn't respond. He went to the electric kettle at the corner of the room and filled it with water. Tea, he said. Neil, I don't have time. You said you wouldn't bother me. I cut off for a year. Did I ever bother you in London? He said. Would you like some green tea? What is it you wanted to tell me? I said. Can you relax? Neil said. How about a hi? How have you been? Neil, I said, I don't have time for pleasantries. I am just making conversation. Am I allowed to do that while I make a cup of tea? Sure, I said. We haven't caught up in a year. How was London? You know, I grew up there, right? I do. So, how was it? I just kept looking at him. What? I am not here to talk about London. Give me a minute. I need to bring something from the other room. I nodded. He went into the bedroom. I looked out of the window. The sea was silent behind the double glazed glass. Neil's mention of London brought back many memories of my move there. Next part, London. 1 year ago. Chapter 33. The Goldman Sachs office in London is located on 133 Fleet Street. The office at Peterborough Court is at the same size as the old Daily Telegraph building. Patricia, the group secretary, settled me into my new cubicle. The British accent in the London office reminded me of Neil. When you break up, it became a habit to remember everything about the man. With my second heartbreak, I had learned this much. Neil was a habit, a bad habit rather, almost an addiction, like smoking. When you know it is bad for you, but you can't seem to leave it. I also learned that you don't get better at handling heartbreaks. They suck every single time, even though this time was marginally better since I had initiated the breakup. I battled the urge to email him, telling him I had reached the new place. Why couldn't he email me? Why couldn't he call? Well, how could he? I had threatened to expose him. I missed his voice. I missed his eyes. I missed his touch. I missed all that he did to me, with me, in bed. So, what if he is married? He loves me, and love is what I need, right? See, this is how your mind plays games with you. If it wants you to do something, it will find 100 reasons to justify it. What is more, the reason will even make sense. I picked up the internal phone on my desk to call Neil. The buzz on my cell phone disrupted my thoughts. In the past few months, my mother had discovered WhatsApp. She had sent me a message. Checked profile. You won't give up, will you? I wanted to type back. Doing it now. I replied instead. I opened shadi.com on my office laptop. The screen displayed happy faces of couple in nuptial bliss who had found each other on this website. Testimonial spoke of how a couple who met on the site married within 3 months and were now expecting a child was finding love that simple. Why did I find it difficult? Why did I have to complicate everything? Or was there something wrong with me? I logged on to the account my mother had set up. The page opened to a summary of my profile. She had used a picture of mine from India Gate The one I took when I visited Delhi last time. A shadow fell on my face in the photo. My eyes were half closed. She could not have chosen a worse picture. I read my profile. Hi, I am a young, slim, quite fair Punjabi Qatari girl aged 26. 5 feet 4 inch tall. I am currently working in London but flexible to move anywhere with my husband. I am family minded and don't mind staying in a joint family. I reached for my cell phone to call my mother and blast her. I resisted the urge and read on. I can cook North Indian cuisine quite well. I have one elder sister who is already married and well settled in Delhi. My parents have no other liabilities. My father retired from a respected position in State Bank of India and my mother is a housewife. We were well off and can do a high status wedding. My eyebrows shot up. I read the next section. I am looking for a well qualified, well settled, suitable match from a good Punjabi family. Someone who will look after my family and me and respect elders. If interested, please respond with details about you, including horoscope or date and time of birth. Regards, Radhika Mehta. Seriously, Mom, seriously, I said out loud. I closed the Shadi.com window. I had to call Mom and talk, or rather shout at her. I couldn't do that in the office. I packed my laptop in my tummy bag and stood up. I am going to get lunch, I told Patricia and left the office. I went out of Fleet Street and found Itsu, a Japanese-inspired healthy fast food chain. I ordered a vegetable and brown rice pot and sat down to eat, fork in one hand and phone in the other. I called my dear mother. I charged at her as soon as she answered. Mom, what are you doing? What? She said, surprised. I loaded my profile on my laptop screen. I saw the profile, liked it. How do you even begin to answer that? Mom, are you serious? What is this? Why? I wrote, what will get you the best response? Sharma auntie next door helped me. It is horrible, Mom, really. Who is this person you have written about? It is not me. What are you saying? It is you. 100%. Isn't your height 5 feet 4 inches? Mom, first of all, the picture is terrible. It is what I had. Send me a better one. We should have done a portfolio when you had come here. I will send you one from here. Send one in Indian clothes. Why? Are you stupid? Are you going to send me a picture in your office suit? Are you applying for a job? It is who I am. Stop it, Radhika. Is the picture the only problem? There are a million problems. Let me start. What is quite fair? Tell them my real complexion. Say I am wheatish or whatever. If you write wheatish, people think it is dark. You have to write quite fair. Raise up a notch. Oh really? So what if someone write dark then? If someone says dark, it is like black. You know, those Negro type Africans? Mom, that is not a good term. No one say Negro. Whatever, these are minor thing. I will tell you huge thing. Say 1. You say flexible to move with a husband. Who said that? It depends, right? Maybe he has to move. It is a discussion. 2. I don't mind joint family. Why do we have put that? 3. My parents have no other liabilities. What is that? Oh, and don't miss. We can do a high status wedding. That is 4. 5. Why just Punjabi family? 6. I don't need a gay to look after me. 7. Send a horoscope. Mom, really, I don't know what to say. I said. I had a pause just to breathe. The customer at the next table offered me a glass of water. I mouthed him a thanks and took a sip. You have said a lot, Mom said in her upset voice. No respect left for parents, I see. I am not disrespecting you. This whole thing is just wrong, Mom. I don't want to be a part of this. I don't think you understand the strategy. Strategy? Yeah, you don't scare away the good gays. Why would they get scared? If they see a girl who is too independent-minded, too qualified, doing too well, they get scared. What nonsense. It is a fact. I didn't make the rules better. Oh, and one more thing, I said. You barely mentioned my job. Currently working in London, really? I am a vice president in Golden Sachs. I make $500,000 a year. Exactly. How you see the strategy? Oh, see how we mention it also, but hide the achievements also. Mom, can you hear yourself? You are hiding your child's achievements. I am hiding my daughter's achievements. So we get more boys to choose from. That is all. I am not taking away your achievements. So if I were a son, obviously we would put your salary first, but now we have to be careful. I smacked my forehead. How do I get through to here? I wondered if I had made a biggest mistake of my life. Maybe Neil was right. I was not meant for all this nonsense. I missed Neil. I wanted to call him so bad. Are you there? My mother said. Yeah, I said. My heart ached as I thought of Neil holding me at night. I am coming there, my mother said. Where? London. I am going to spend some time with you. We will do this together. Enough, Mom, I said. She tossed another parantha on my plate. I didn't want a husband. I needed my mother with me in London, so she could cook me hot gobi paranthas every Saturday morning for breakfast. Why do you stay in Chelsea? Southall has so many Indians. Better no, she said. Have you seen the park view outside? See how charming this is, I said. But do you get achar and chutney in Southall? You get it, Sharma auntie told me. You get it here too, I said. I tore open the second parantha. Just stay with me forever, I said. See, even you miss having a proper home. Is this even a life? Go to office early, come back late to an empty house. Mom, I have one of the most wanted jobs in the world, and I have one of the most unwanted job, but I love it. Taking care of my family, my mother said, and gave me a glass of lassi. She kissed me on the forehead. I hugged her. I love you, Mom. I love you too. Now show me the response. You have made me wait all week. I had modified my profile on the matrimonial website. I had removed obnoxious bits like husband and take care of me and no liabilities, and added successful career at one of the world's top investment banks. I also mentioned I wanted a secure and easygoing man. Fine, I said. I opened my laptop and logged in. 50 responses. Very good, she said. Exactly opened then. Opening, Mom. Be patient. The first query came from a Mohit Ahuja from a business family in Delhi. They owned 3 restaurants. Mohit managed one of them. No, I said. Why? My mother said. They look well off. I don't want to be with someone who runs a family restaurant. What nonsense, Mom. See the qualifications. BA from some random university. No, next. We continued scanning the responses for the next hours. This one is ugly. I can't wake up next to the man like that. I reacted to one. Mom came up with one of her wives saying, there is no such thing as an ugly man. Just to get back at her, and I rejected some men due to their looks. Others didn't make it because they had jobs in India where they earned a few lakhs a year. Despite all my feminist leanings, I didn't want to be with someone who made so much lesser than me. Why does a woman feel a man's income is more important than hers? Maybe because it is important to men, and very few men are secure enough to just let this issue be. No, mom, he lives in joint family business. No, I said as my mother showed me another candidate. I was realizing by now that sifting through respective grooms was harder than valuing distressed assets. You are not doing this properly, my mother said as I rejected a gay because I didn't like his printed shirt. But I hate that shirt. How could he wear it? I laughed. He is a doctor. We are shortlisting him. You can choose his clothes after marriage, mom said. We finished a 4 in the afternoon with a short list of 10 potential grooms to be contacted further. I am tired. You want to step out for a coffee? I said. Sure, she said. We walked to a Pret-a-Manager cafe near Earl's Court Tube station. My mother held my hand. We have done something together after a long time, she said. Yeah, bonding over shortlisted grooms, I said and laughed. You wait and see. I will find a prize for you, she said. Chapter 34. Hi, can you see me? I said. I sat at my dining table, facing my laptop. I had a Skype call fixed with Raj Bakshi, a doctor based in Boston, USA. Yeah, it is a little dark, though. Can you switch on another light? Raj said. He was 30 years old, had a thin mustache and wore a light blue shirt. Before I could respond, my mother switched on all the lights in the apartment. Mom, what are you doing here? I whispered to her. Yeah, much better, Raj said. 1 second, Raj, I said and muted him. I bent the laptop screen to cover the camera. What happened? Don't keep him waiting. Talk, mom said. Mom, if we are doing this my way. I am only trying to help. Thanks. But let me talk to them without you hovering around. My mother made a face and left the room. I resumed the Skype call. Hi, I said. Hello, must be quite late there. It is midnight, yes. London is 5 hours ahead. Sorry, I just came back from work, he said. You are a doctor, right? Yeah. And what exactly do you do? Your profile said banking. I am in Goldman Sachs, VP in the distressed debt group. Oh, he said and became quiet. Oh yeah, I said, wondering what to say next. I don't know why I take responsibility for awkward silence. What kind of doctor are you? I said. I am a GP, general practitioner in the Boston City Hospital, doing my residency. I could never be a doctor. All that blood. I feel faint in hospitals. I said and smiled. It is a part of life, he said, his tone sombre. People are dying. Someone needed to save them. Ah, yes, of course, I said. Okay, isn't Dr. Bakshi a little too serious? How is Goldman Sachs? He said. Good. Hectic, but I like it. They pay people very well, I hear. It is based on performance, but yes, it is good money. If you don't mind, how much do you make? He said. Isn't this too much too soon? What is the protocol? He can ask me all these things in the first call. Can I ask him too? Are we sharing compensation already? I smiled to lighten his Operation Theatre mood. Sure, why keep it hidden? I make 1 lakh a year plus benefits, he said. What am supposed to do? Clap. Okay, I said. And you? He said. I don't know why I didn't feel like telling him. Perhaps I was getting turned into my male pride. I could sense which gay could take it and who could not. We can discuss all this later. So, what do you want to specialize in? Or do you want to specialize at all? I want to be an ophthalmologist. I doctor. I know good. I said. I had a sinking feeling this wasn't going to work. How do you end call like this? So, how much is your salary again? He said. Okay, he asked for it. Twice. If you must know, I made $500,000 last year. I heard his chair crack in response. $500,000, he said. Yeah, that is what $500,000 is, I said. I kicked myself for that patronizing comment. I wasn't funny. I had a feeling nothing was funny. The doctor stuck up bushy anyway. Okay, he said. Okay? What the fuck is a singular okay? They should ban this one word reply in conversations. How am I supposed to take it forward from here? So, yeah. What else do you do apart from work? I said. Excuse me, but I have to go. Oh really? What happened? I said. I hate being rejected even by boring men doing their residency in Boston. Nothing. Okay, I will tell you. This is not going to work. Your salary is too high. How can you get too high a salary? I mean for me. I mean compared to me. I realized this was a dead end. Why not end it with a bit of fun? Oh, so you mean you are not man enough to handle it? I said. He hung up without saying bye. Oops, strike one I guess. Haha. 3 weeks later, we had struck off all the 10 shortlisted names from the list. It is not going to work, Mom, I said. We had come to Dish Room, a quirky modern Indian cafe in Covent Garden. We offered pav bhaji and masala chai, a rare delicacy in London. I told you not to mention your career too much, she said, upset that I had rejected all 10 suitors. I can't hide who I am, I said. Why can't you be like your sister? Because I am not Aditi Didi. I don't want to be her. We came back home. She came up with another idea. She wanted to upgrade our Shadi.com membership to the VIP category, where special agents help you get grooms. We have special needs. We need special help, she said. I guess I was specially fucked up. No wonder she needed an army of specialists to trap a man for me. She sat on my bed. I lay next to her and turned the other way. Do whatever you want, Mom, I said. One of my daughters got settled in easily. I just hope and pray God help us. She muttered to herself and raised her folded hands to the sky. What is with invoking God? Am I some illness? A misfortune? I said without looking at her. Will you stop being so touchy? It is a fact. Aditi's marriage happened so quickly. She has whiter skin, which helps, but she also had a good attitude. You should have an even better attitude. I turned toward her and interrupted her. What do you mean, even better attitude? I should be more subservient. What is that word is in ads? Homely. It just means submissive, right? You want me to be more homely? Well, yeah, I am not homely, so maybe I will just stay single. Don't say such horrible things. There is nothing horrible about it, I said. This money and international job have gone to your head. You are not even a girl anymore. What? I said, one elbow up in disgust. Forget it, Mom. Dad used to walk me to the school bus stop, remember, when I was a primary school. She looked at me, said nothing. He used to tell me, Beta, when you grow up, you can do whatever you want. The sky is the limit for you. So, why do people tell girls all this? You ask them to achieve things, but when they do, you can't handle it. Why does it become? You are not even a girl anymore. I don't know all that. I never worked. I didn't have choices like yours, she said. Neither did you have the courage, I said. She paused her a second before she spoke again. I don't know. Okay, fine. I don't have courage. Anyway, I think it is better for women if they don't work, Mom. I screamed in exasperation. What? My job meant a lot to me. Can you not demean it? You cannot demean me, my mother said. She broke into tears. Her sobs turned into a full-blown crying fast as she mourned the loss of her 10 shortlisted prospective son-in-law. I looked around. I found a tissue box on the bedside table. I passed it to her. She wiped her tears. Do you know how much pain I had to bear when you were born? She said. It is called labor, Mom. I didn't cause it. It is how kids happen. I heard you wanted to abort me, I said. She looked up. Who told you? It is not important how you found out. I heard the doctor goofed up on the sex determination test. He said it would be a baby. My mother looked at me in silence. Those were different times, she whispered. We had Aditi, your Didi, wanted a boy. You did too. Yeah, sorry Mom. I came out. You got a raw deal. Don't be stupid, I love you. She hugged me and after a moment I hugged her back. Then let me be, I said. Please, groom or no groom, don't matter. I want you to support me. A tear escaped my eyes. I buried my face in Mom's chest. Don't worry, we will go through some more profile tomorrow. Your Rajkumar will be there somewhere, said Mom.